With his band Culture Club, my first guest had a tremendously popular hit called Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? Their latest recording is called I'll Tumble For You. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the founding member of Culture Club, Boy George.
Hi, George. How are you? Nice to see you. Have a seat if you want.
That looked very nice, that video, as they say.
Thank you.
Before we go any farther, I was leafing through one of New York City's finest daily newspapers today. And you must be familiar with the Post, right?
Yeah, I spoke to them.
Yeah. Oh, you did?
Yeah, it's my fault.
And it is a little article about you in here. Looks of dread greeted British rock star Boy George in his dreadlocky braids when he arrived at a hotel here in town. It was certainly not a Dunphy classic, let me assure you of that. But you had trouble checking in, didn't you?
Yes.
And what happened?
Well, they didn't think I was Barbra Streisand. They weren't sure who I was, you see. And they knew I was beautiful, but they wasn't sure, quite how famous I was.
Uh-huh.
So they said that we didn't have any rooms, and they gave us a lot of hassle. And eventually, somebody asked for my autograph, and they said, you can stay here. In fact, they phoned us up about 5 minutes later and asked if we wanted to stay longer. So, that's the way it goes.
So they were, until they realized who you were, they were not having any part of this, huh?
Well, they thought we were going to sort of throw the TVs out the window, I think.
Have you ever done anything like that?
Oh, no.
Would you ever do anything like that?
No.
Yeah. Also here on page 6, just Hervé Villachez is writing a new book to be out soon. It's in the Post today. Oh, and this one. Oh, no, I can't. I won't even go into that. That's... Anyway, welcome to the show, and I'm glad you got your hotel straightened out. Let me ask you about your hair. Those do appear to be dreadlocks, don't they?
Sort of.
Is that your actual hair?
Yes.
And you had somebody obviously braided that for you, didn't they?
Yes, a friend done it.
Now, when you go places like we just mentioned in the hotel, do people are they puzzled by the way you look?
It depends where you go, Obviously, if you go to a country where you're very popular, where you've been number one, then they're very polite. But if you go somewhere where people aren't aware of your kind of presence, then they are a bit rude, yes.
For an example, what would be an experience like that you've had?
Well, America.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Just one hotel, though. Not all the hotels are that bad.
Does it trouble you a little bit?
No, I like arguing. It's nice when somebody kind of gets in your way and
what do they say to you?
They don't really say anything. They just kind of look. It's like getting in a hotel lift with sort of 3 old ladies and a man, in a suit. They kind of look at you and get all kind of scared in case you're going to mug them,
But logically, nobody dressed this way would be doing any mugging because you'd be too easy.
You
to
tell
describe.
them that, okay?
Yeah. But what do you say to them?
I don't say anything really. I just say have a nice day, I'll give them a nicer look back,
Yeah.
I kind of kill people with kindness in a way, It's the best thing.
How old a person are you?
I'm 22.
22, and how long have you been appearing this way?
Since birth.
Uh-huh.
Well, you mean my hat?
Well, yeah, you're no, I mean, you're obviously
beautiful.
Yes, you are. That was the word. But you know what I mean. At what point did you decide that this is the way you wanted to look in public? Late 50s, that's right.
I don't know, really. I just did it. It's a natural thing for me, I think maybe people look very boring in the street,
Yeah.
There's a lot of fat people about and kind of people with big noses. And I just didn't want to be another person with a big nose, I wanted to be someone with a big nose and a bit of style.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I do it.
And what kind of reaction did you get from your family? Tell me about your family. What kind of folks?
Well, my family are very intelligent, and they don't laugh at people when they're in studios.
See.
And they're basically, my parents couldn't give a damn, really. I mean, they love me and I love them. I think most parents love their children, whether they look weird or not. I don't think it's really relevant to say, ask what one parent thinks. They don't care.
They must be very happy with your success, also.
Yes,
Now, do you have brothers and sisters?
5 brothers and 1 sister.
And what kind of things do they do, your brothers?
My oldest brother is a welterweight boxing hero, and he does that. And they're all quite very sort of like regular kids, really. They're not kind of any different to anyone else, But they have personalities, which I suppose is what prevents them from being rude to other people, I think if you have a personality, then you don't have to worry about what other people are like.
Yeah.
And they're kind of just like normal kids, very nice.
Well, sure, and I think people probably, obviously are always threatened by something a little bit different, and no getting around it, you appear to be different from Well, in New York, though, I would guess you wouldn't stand out that
I
much.
think, yeah, I was going to say that myself.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You go to Muncie, Indiana, though, and we're going to pause here. I want to talk about your music and the group and so forth, and we'll do that with Boy George when we come back. Boy George is here. Tell me about the group, the Culture Club. What's the philosophy behind the group and the name?
I think basically to present things that maybe would have raised a few eyebrows 10 years ago in a very domestic way. I think that the music we play is very acceptable. Lots of people buy our records. We've had 2 number 2s here. And a lot of housewives buy the records, although a lot of people maybe don't associate the way I sing with the way I look, which is a good thing, I think, because I'm probably a little bit more honest than most performers. I actually admit to doing this because I enjoy doing it. So the philosophy behind Culture Club really is to create good classical type pop songs, and we've just had Rita Coolidge recording one of her songs, so we're doing pretty well.
Yeah. Oh, no question about that. But the Culture Club, isn't there also the theory that you're taking from several different cultures and melding it into a...
Well, the idea is that, plagiarism in music is very kind of, it's very strong. But I think now that we've come to a stage where we have to admit that we steal ideas, like rhythm and blues was taken from black people and it's kind of been adopted into rock. And now we're kind of being honest about it and saying, yeah, we do listen to other people's records and we do steal ideas, but we present it in our own way, in a very multiracial way. Mm-hmm. And also in America, there's a very big kind of black and white separation, which is now dying. I think people aren't really just playing, black stations aren't just playing black acts, and white stations aren't just playing white acts. They're all molding together. I mean, some people probably won't like this, but I think it's a good thing on the whole for everybody.
Yeah. What were your early musical influences? Who did you like? What did you listen to?
Aretha Franklin, Marvin Gaye, Smokey Robinson, Gladys Knight, Gene Pitney, Dolly Parton.
Tell me about Gene Pitney. Now, here is a guy who I listened to also when I was younger, and then suddenly he's gone. But he's not gone, is he?
Well, I think there are certain records throughout the history of mankind that kind of stick in your subconscious,
Yeah.
I think if a song has a good melody line, it doesn't really matter who makes it, I mean... But it's really important that it's just kind of strong.
But my question here is, he was very popular in the
Yes.
United States, and I don't know what year exactly, and then he just left, he quit. But he didn't quit, he moved to Europe, right?
Yeah, but he's not so popular in England anymore, it's just kind of nostalgic.
Yeah.
People remember those songs, there are kind of certain songs that you remember all your life,
So you're under the impression that he's probably not recording anymore?
I don't think he is, no, I haven't heard about him.
What about your name, Boy George? What's the significance of that?
Well, again, this is one of the reasons why people laugh, because they're not kind of sure of the gender. And I call myself Boy George because basically I'm a very masculine person. I'm more of a man than any of you anyway. And basically... outside. And basically I've just said that because I like things not being what they seem. I like people to kind of look at me and say, that guy's a jerk. And then they hear the song. I like people to hear the song and kind of add another dimension. So I call myself Boy George because most people thought I was Brooke Shields. And I'm kind of trying to sort of, confuse people a bit.
Yes. Now, can I ask you a personal question regarding gender? I guess you answered it, though, didn't you? This is not by any means to suggest that you're... let's forget it. Let's just go on to something else. Now, tell me, what do you do for fun? You probably don't have a lot of... but
I come on this kind of show because, it's a lot of fun.
Well, that's good. I mean, this is, but if you have time off, you probably don't have a lot of time off now, do you?
No, not really. I think that if you're a businessman and you want your business to succeed, then you probably dedicate 24 hours a day to that, which is what I do.
Sure. The last time you had a vacation or went anywhere, what'd you do?
I've never been on holiday in my life.
Uh-huh. And if you continue with this hot success, you would like to take a vacation, any thoughts where you'd go?
No, not really. The main thing I suppose I want to do is write songs for other people. I just really don't want to have holidays and things. I want to keep working and be successful.
Well,
and,
you're 22. What the heck?
Kind of stop people from laughing at me.
But you must know that you. I mean, when you put this stuff on, you must know. Like you said, you like people to call you a jerk.
Yeah, I know, but I mean.
I mean, you know that they're going to laugh if you go out.
Yes, I know they're going to laugh.
But the fact is, they should also respect you as an individual, and certainly, in addition to that, a fine musical talent.
I think the main thing, is the music. And if you're talented, like Liberace is a brilliant pianist. So whatever you may think of him as a person, he's good at what he does, and you can't knock talent. You can't knock success.
Well, that's certainly true. And you have had much already.
Yes,
and
thank you.
Thank you very much for being here. It was actually a lot of fun meeting you.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry. I hope you're not upset. You're not upset, are you? No. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry about nothing.